Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the Technical Trader at thetechtrader.com. It's Tuesday night, March the 1st. These are the charts of the day. Well, a fantastic day on Wall Street for the bulls. The market gap ran and then kept going higher, and at the end of the day, spiked into the close. Couldn't get much better. Let's show you some of the stocks that did well. 3D Systems, DDD, popped 63 cents or 6% today on 4.5 million. Didn't close at the high for the day, but it had a really good session. And most importantly, the reason for this having such a good day was that it broke out above this double top, and if you see we're low here and these two highs here kind of like took out a base pattern. It's already gone through the declining tops line and moving averages are crossing over. Looks like this one may be headed for a test in the 14 range eventually. That's my short-term target. EBIX with explosive move 5 days in a row, now up, the last two with big volume, taking out a double top and coming up against resistance, long-term resistance, going way back. Let's see if we can track that. All the way back here in 1988. So may not be as meaningful because it's so far long ago, but if you see the pattern that it developed, it looks to me like it could blow and run up. But I'd love to see a pullback consolidation to be able to take a swing trade on this one. Eventually, though, I can see a target that takes this to the top of the long-term channel, up around 60 plus. There's 26.5 days to cover. This one's really getting squeezed. Well, the financials are doing well. I wanted to show you the FAS because this represents a left shoulder, a head, and a little bit of a right shoulder here. It's right up against the neckline with a nice pop of 207 or 10% today. 7+ million, the biggest volume in about 3 weeks. Looks to me like it could have a date with destiny at about 24-25 zone where there is lateral price resistance and the declining 50. HIMX broke out of the multi-year base. Take a look at this. This base now goes back to the middle of 2014, so it's a 2-year base. The resistance up at 1045 was tested and taken out today at the close. And this one looks like it wants to be 13 and maybe eventually make a move up to test the multi-year high at 1615. Those would be my targets going forward. Let's again call it 13 and 16, thereabout. I'm liking the way it looks. I wish there was more volume, but today's volume was excellent when you look at the structure on a daily basis. So maybe we get a pullback consolidation. If we do, I may be putting a swing on it. Juno, nice day for this stock. 475 or 13.5%, 2.25 million, and more importantly, took out resistance, took out the 50, closed above both. Now the next target is in the zone between 42 and 44. I think we reached that short term. If it does explode over the next week or so, could very well reach high 40s. There's 4.5 days to cover on that one. Kate Spade, well, some of these designer stocks we noted a week ago, like Michael Kors, for example, exploded. And you can see it's still running after popping and flagging. Now it's Kate Spade's turn. Kate exploded on a nice report. It's been up for several days in a row. There's a resistance zone between 22.75 and 23.5, which I think will be tested as early as tomorrow. If we get any kind of pullback consolidation, great. If it breaks through and then does that, great. The next target for Kate Spade would have to be upwards of about 26.5, 6.5 range. 5.3 days to cover, that could help. Kite, another biotech taking off today, breaking out of a declining tops line and the right-handed extended V pattern across the double top. Bit of resistance, you may test 54 tomorrow, and you may test 57 at the declining moving average. Let's put that and these multiple bars here as my next target, followed by potentially in the low 60s. There's almost 4 days to cover on this one. LABU, as a result of all the biotech movement, this one looks like it's going to make a move. And with a nice close above the 4-day range, I'm looking for this stock to test as early as tomorrow, the 730-35 zone. We get through that, we're looking at 10 plus. Las Vegas, well, the gaming stocks have been doing great. The inverse head and shoulders we noted a week ago was broken out across lateral resistance and the declining tops line to close up near the November resistance highs at about 52. My next target, however, is going to be 58 if this extends. MXL, a swing trade doing well. It broke through, popped back, had an inside day yesterday, and today popped about almost 4%. The volume increased. The OBV is moving. This one looks like it's headed for a retest of the 17.75 range. And if we get through that, we could see something in the low 20s, perhaps 21, 22. Looking at MPTN, another swing trade doing well. Today it popped at slightly above the double top and closed there. Augurs well for 12.5. Oh, by the way, they had earnings after the close, and the stock, as you can see, has moved up towards 12.5. So if we gap up tomorrow, we can see this run to as high as 15. We'll be keeping close tabs on this tomorrow. ROVI doing very well, up another small fraction, 66 cents or 3%, but it keeps climbing the wall. My next target is going to be 25 and then 27. Trovagene, excuse me. TROV. After pumping sharply in January and pulling back in a wedge, it ran right back up again, broke the 50, broke the declining topsline, and now is testing the resistance at around 6,610. Today, getting up to 590, closing at 576, up 12%. But it appears to me that at 3.7 days to cover, this is going to test that 7.25 half range. That's my next target. Workday with a huge day, and this stock has moved already from 47 to 72 just in the last 3 weeks. So it's a little extended. I'd like to see a pullback, but it looks to me like this one has designs on mid-70s and then maybe a low to mid-80s. And lastly tonight is XON, one of my favorites. I really feel like after the run-up and the consolidation, this one's ready to go. It was up 278 or 9%, 2.6 million, the best volume in about 3 weeks. Feels like it wants to pop and go. 37 resistance, 43, 44 target, secondary target, 50, 53. This could be good. 7.24 days to cover. It won't hurt on this one. And this is HP signing off for